One thing that I think history proves is that there are people, I mean, we think they're people, they seem to have physical bodies, but there are people who, let me check my battery here. It's not flashing, so I guess it's okay. There are people who will do anything for money, anything. Look at look into medical. I mean, they're some of the worst. There are nurses who it's their job to take babies as soon as they're born and inject them with vaccines. That anybody who looks into it with any type of diligence will discover that they're highly questionable as to whether they do anything at all, whether there's any positive net gain to be had by doing that. And from what I found, no, the entire thing is a fraud. It's a fraud perpetrated upon mankind to get people to let themselves voluntarily be injected. Hey, because what are they always saying about consent? Well, we got to have your consent. That's why they make movies showing these scenarios of what they are planning to do in the future, and then years go by, and then those things are done. And say, oh, well, there, we showed you. Nobody protested, so we have your consent. But like with the medical things, that's direct consent. Hey, ooga booga, I'm scaring you. You're going to die of some horrible disease, some virus, right? Unless you get some injections. Oh, okay. So run down and volunteer. Giving consent. Or look at oncology. What a bunch of POSs. Yeah, we've got them. They've got people convinced that, oh, you have this tumor, this growth, it's cancerous, it's going to overtake and kill you. And where'd it come from? I don't know, but if we poison you until your immune system completely stops functioning, maybe we'll kill it, even though there's no evidence that it is a living thing. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to poison you to nearly to death, and if you survive and recover, then we helped you. We helped you to overcome this horrible cancer. But if you die, well, it looks like the cancer got you. What a business model, huh? You poison people to death, and as they die, you tell them you're helping them. That's, what is that called? Is that gaslighting? It's a complete narc tactic, is what's used in our medical. Oh, we're your friends, we're here to help you. Well, not friends in the sense of, your good buddy, but friends in the sense of that we're good people, and we've studied hard and did a whole lot of research so we can help you, because, we hate to see people suffer. So come on down and get injected with some things that are going to protect you from the dangers of the world. And remember, you got to remember, the sun causes cancer, right? Don't go in the sun, it'll give you cancer. Better slather yourself with our sunscreen filled with these heavy metal toxins. That'll protect you. And if you believe in the concentration camp stories, I believe those things happened, the reasons they happened, who was doing them, and what the ultimately is to blame for it as highly suspect to me. Oh, it's like, what's that cross upside down? I see, okay. But there were people in them, Who are they? Oh, they're medical people. They're doctors. They're doing research on people that are in the camp. Like sticking probes in their brain while they're, conscious and awake and alive, and then, injecting them with things or shocking them in different areas to see what parts of their body move, or killing little pieces of their brain and then seeing what happens to them. Oh, that's what made him blind. Oh, well, that's where the eyes are controlled from then. Um, those are people. Those are, quote, doctors. And they're doing that medical experimentation on live people that they've captured in times of wars. One good reason to have a war, hey, we can do all this human research that we, can't do unless there's a war. If there's no war, then, it would be totally wrong to experiment on living people just to see what happens as we slowly kill them, which is basically torturing them. I mean, duh. If you're doing something to people, you're causing them to lose their senses one at a time while they're tied to a fucking table. I'd have to say that's torture. So what are the oncologists doing with their chemotherapy? They're convincing people to come in and get tortured to death. Come, let us torture you to death slowly, and if you live, we're helping you, and if you die, well, the cancer got you. Bring your kids in and get injected. Get them injected right away. Rudolf Steiner, who I don't agree with everything, about the the Theosophical Society. I don't necessarily agree with all of their beliefs and tenets, but I'm sure it's still going. Yeah. But one of the things in one of his talks from, I don't know, I want to say like 1911 or something, a long time ago, he described that the medical profession of immunology was working on a vaccine. And Rudolf Steiner is a heavy occult guy. Okay, he knows all about these occult things, Helena Blavatsky and those kind of people, right? Okay, he's well connected in the occult world, so he's got inside information. And he said back then that they're working on a vaccine that will separate a person from ever having the thought that there was a spirit or spirituality of any kind. The medical establishment, the same one that's running our world today, that same one, those heroes that are helping us, 100 or more years ago, were working on a vaccine to detach the human from thinking that they ever had a soul. Now, it's kind of a strange thing to think of. How do you make something that you inject into somebody and it makes them not think about a soul, traps them in the physical world? They can't even imagine the concept of there being anything else. But look around us. That's kind of the world we have now, and guarantee you to the 99 percentile, everybody's injected. Whether they went and got the pandemic injection or not, they were all injected probably at birth if you're young. If you're older, you might not have got it at birth, but you definitely got it growing up in school, unless you lived in the woods on a mountain, which I did. I lived in the woods when I was young, and I moved around so many different times that I actually missed several of the vaccinations. Whatever. I'm not going to try remind my mom about it and when she'd forgotten, right? Yeah. I'm out here looking around at what I'm going to clean up. It's spring cleaning. I have to bring the trailer over here and start loading trash and then whittle that down and then have a pile of metals. Rudolf Steiner. They're going to make a vaccine to detach the human from ever thinking about there being anything more than the physical world. This is it. That's all there is. There's no such thing as souls. We're on a spinning ball in a vacuum going into nothingness that came out of nothing, and that's it, right? I don't believe that to be true myself. The spirituality in this world, to me, is evidenced by, what would you call it? coincidences, meaningful coincidences, synchronicities that just defy any odds of happening, but yet they do. Those things happen a lot that defy all the odds. I started off talking about, people will do anything for money. So, if the medical has got the people that will point blank torture you to death with a smile on their face telling you they're helping you, how is that not narcissistic? And then you got the nurses that will, take brand new newborn babies that are perfectly fine and go inject them with unknown substances in the other room while nobody's looking. That's what they'll do. If they even get a half a chance, they'll sneak off with the baby, inject him, and then bring him back. Oh, look, he's crying. Oh, yeah, he's clearing his lungs out. Oh, he's crying because he just got shot up with some shit and his fucking soul is dying inside. Anyway. So, is it really that hard to find people that'll fly airplanes and do bad things? I mean, I think that carpet bombing, Laos and Cambodia and Vietnam for almost 20 years continuously, that's people that'll do anything for money. Pure fucking evil. Oh, that's our troops. Support the troops. Support the troops. They're doing important stuff over there. Murdering brown people and spreading our democracy and way of life around the world. Around the globe. Yeah, around the globe. There's a lot of other branching off reasons why there might be wars, When you look at old world stuff, Tartaria, old buildings, old infrastructure, old technology that was everywhere. The entire world was covered with this type of building technology in the same styles on every land. Yet we're supposed to believe that all of the different peoples of the world, came out of history and emerged in their regions and stuff. Just, randomly, that doesn't make any sense. But the buildings were all the same. So there was one civilization the whole world over. And they had advanced technology, obviously. And something happened, flooded them out, and probably, and who knows where they went. Maybe they're on another land, because I'm pretty sure there's more land than the places we know about. I mean, obviously it's an evil cult that runs the world as far as finance and power. Whoever's controlling the militaries and in charge of the banking systems, and that they're clearly evil by human standards. They have nothing but malevolence for people. They never miss an opportunity to harm us at all, any way they can. They set up all of our systems. They give us our news. They give us our medical science. They give us all our other science too. Newton, what a joke. I don't even see why people think he was a genius. What, he's a genius? I don't think so. Newton was a liar. But it's another story too. There are people who do anything for money. So my belief that these little airplanes that are quite often just flying in circles for no reason, and the jetliners that are just one after another for days on end, and then they'll stop completely and there's none for several days, but then they pick up again. Okay, the amount of air travel far exceeds the need. Like huge amounts. I grew up in this area, in this region. I've lived here my whole life. I've cloud gazed, I've sun gazed, I've watched airplanes, I was interested in all that tech. I'm a Gen Xer, I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a little kid, of course, And I got a good general sense of how much air travel there was around here, and now it's like exponentially more. Like, you would have to believe that, I don't know, that there's 5,000 times as many pilots as there was 20 years ago, And they all just love to fly their planes, but they never go anywhere. They just stay close to home and fly in circles slowly at low altitudes, because that's all these planes are doing. And there are people who will do anything for money. Will do anything. Now, if they'll inject babies and torture people to death at the hospital, then finding somebody to just fly an airplane around in this little route, with some special equipment fitted to it, right? Is there no such thing as directed energy weapons? Oh, there are. Yeah, they're real. Well, okay. Well, then if they're real, is there any question as to whether or not they would be used? Oh, well, they'd never use them on people. Well, no, at least not on us. They'd use them on other people, but not on us. Hello, McFly. They're putting chlorine, bromine, fluoride in your water. It absorbs through your skin, We're like a sponge. Our skin is a sponge absorbing things. Look at all these lotions they give people, too. I mean, just anything you put on your skin, it soaks into you. Just remember that. That's important. I don't put anything on my skin except for methyl alcohol and mud and water. Yeah. Anyway, people will do anything for money. There's no shortage of pieces of shit motherfuckers out there that will do anything for money. Anything. Remember that movie, The Sixth Sense? That scene creeped me out where the lady poisons the kid with putting Ajax in her drink or something, whatever she put in there. I mean, there are people, for insurance money or for attention. I don't know. I watched that movie once. I never watched it again. I was like, oh my God, why would I want to put that in my beautiful mind, right? To quote Barbara Bush. It's just a fact. People will do anything for money. There are pieces of shit right down the street from you who, if they were offered a job, poisoning everybody on their block. Yeah, have a block party. You make this punch, and everybody who comes, make sure they get a cup. And then they all get cancer and die in 6 months. There's people that would do it. There's people who would jump at the opportunity. We'll give you $10,000 if you do this. They would do it. They'd do it immediately because all they care about is the cash. Probably because they're fully vaccinated and they don't have any concept that there could be anything else other than this physical world. I mean, that's the only reasoning I could think of. Or they're just pure evil. They're just evil and they enjoy that. Evil likes to do evil things. They like to torture people. Look at our medical industry. It tortures people to death daily. They did it to my mom. They're doing it to a million other people's moms right now, and millions of other people's fathers, and millions of other people's cousins and uncles and aunts and sisters. And as a society, we just keep going to them and saying, inject me with some stuff, doctor. I'm scared. Oh, inject my babies, too. Make sure they don't get sick. In my opinion, vaccinations are not a little pinch of the disease to help you build antibodies against it. It's a little pinch of the disease to be a time bomb so that it will come to fruition at some time in the future. And what do you know? You've got some disease. Well, now you got to go back to the doctor and give them some money and get some more treatments. And then you just do that for the rest of your life until they decide you've got nothing left to give them and they let you, flounder and fall in the gutter, or they give you something that kills you. In my opinion. Take a look around you.